Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for March 3rd, 2021, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern. We have a time for change call at 9 p.m. tonight on this line. Suggest you bring something to write with. Not the computer, but a hard copy of something, book, folder, notebook. As each of us progress, as we are progressing on the astral plane and the spiritual plane and the physical plane, one of the things that some of us have difficulty in accepting is recognizing our brilliance. Each of us are more brilliant than the brightest star, and more breathtaking than the deepest galaxy. Take off that old lampshade you've been hiding under and let your light shine immediately. This world is ready to receive your radiant essence, and this life is much more fun for everyone when you do let it shine. Have you ever experienced being around a group of people that are just being? They have no expectations, no attachments, they have no judgments, and they're just genuinely joyous. How does that affect you? Affects us big time, doesn't it? It's the same when people are the opposite, judgmental, high expectations, attachments, ego-driven. Big difference. This planet is shifting. Its inhabitants have a lot to do with that. The collective consciousness is the prime steering for this ascension. It is getting to determining, understanding, and this all is connected to what? Love. And what is love? A lot of people, I think a lot of us, if not all of us, at one time, shape, form, or another, we don't. Maybe we think we do, but maybe we really don't. Love is infinitely patient and intentionally kind. It is the deep, sweet nectar found inside each and every single one of our souls. Love is this softness that opens your heart and quiets your mind. It accepts every aspect of who you are and who you are not. Love knows you, believes in you, and clearly sees exactly where you are in your life. Love has no limitations on what is and is not acceptable inside of you. There are no boundaries around what love can and cannot approve of. It welcomes all of your parts, inviting and the worst aspects of you with a warm, fuzzy heart and joyous, sparkling eyes. Love is the light that shines the way in the darkest hour of our lives. It ignites the fire that guides our spiritual path, beckoning us to rise up and out from our darkest misery, to surrender and merge with great healing source of our being. Love is always fearless, always courageous, and always present. It is never wrong, never misguided, and is never, ever afraid. It is the perfect state that cannot be improved upon. It is always accessible, always available, and always, always, always here now. Love is always generous, completely abundant, and constantly giving to others as well as to itself. It is like the sun, an inexhaustible outpouring of life energy that shares its bliss for the pure, exhilarating joy of it. It is the eternal, infinite, inexhaustible source of this life, of all life. Love says you deserve even more love, especially when you don't feel worthy of it. It invites you to surrender all your resistance and remember how perfect and sacred and utterly lovable you truly are. Love feels all of your pain with you, holding your hand through your life's most panicked moments and never letting go. Love honors your deepest wounds, helping you to see how they are your greatest teachers. It is absolute empathy, sympathy, and has the most profound compassion possible for you. Love breaks down the walls of what we think is not possible. It inspires us to step into our life mission and highest potentiality. Love is the flame that ignites the great bonfire within us, needed to burn through our limiting beliefs so we can manifest the most amazing life imaginable. Love is the most amazing experience that we can have in this entire universe. It is the most gentle, exquisite feeling that is conscious, sacred, sweet, and tender. It holds you so softly and with such a strength that it sends tingles all the way up your spine. Love is the cure for every physical disease, every mental illness, and unbearable emotional wounding we have had. Love opens and relaxes every tension, immediately liberating us from all anxiety and worry. Invoking love into our body, it heals us instantly, awakening every cell to remember absolute perfection. Love is the doorway to eternal life. Love is devotion itself, fully committed to expanding our hearts into our lives. Love is the deepening and softening of our breath that awakens the healing purpose of our soul. It is the permanent, authentic smile within us, forever giggling at our worries, knowing the deepest possible joy in the foundation of our existence. Love paves the path for the greatest orgasmic experience of our lives. It transforms ordinary sex into a sacred healing experience. Love unites lovers to merge and melt into the one divine source. It is the most personal, intimate, and deeply sensual experience we can have. Love is the spiritual energy that brings the highest form of life into existence. So what is love? What is love? What is love for you? Think about that. What it actually means for each of us. When I let go of who I am, I become what I might be. We always ask ourselves, I think each of us at certain times in different ways will ask ourselves, who am I really? What am I really? And when you can conceive and understand that you, each of us, deep within our core, the soul, is love. When you begin to understand what that means, then all the fog begins to lift. When you begin to understand what that means, your whole existence shifts. Most of us are so tied up and a lot of times become confused, hurried, stressed, fearful, and not knowing that we do that. It's not like we do it on purpose. It's that we do that. And the reason that we do is because we are not aware. It's like everything goes on within us, yet our back is turned to that. And the front of us as we look out, is attached to the external world, when you think about it. That's like, you want to get a really broad view of everything on this planet. You can't do it on the surface. You must go up high and then scope out the surface from above. You get a much different perspective and picture in that way. It's no different with ourselves when we are immersed in the external world. It is like we're on the surface trying to get a better view or perspective of everything. And you cannot. It's not possible. But when you lighten your load, so to speak, all your frustration, tensions, fears, whatever they may be, you float up and you're able to see everything. That's when you do an about face and go within you. When you picture that, visualize it, when you're silent and quiet and focused on your breath, you do an about face and you walk in your own front door. It's open, it's not locked. And as you walk into that door, you begin to discover the joy, the peace, as you walk in deeper down the hallway. You begin to realize that you are all of these things. Where does anger come from? Something within you. A confusion, maybe. Where does hate come from? Something within you. Something that you're carrying, something that you're blocking, something that you've experienced while in that physical form. Wherever it may have been. 2 years old, 20, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, whatever. But we carry them. And we hang on to them so heavily and so deeply, as if we're never going to let go of them. It's our pain that we hold on to. Now, we experience, all of us do, certain forms of pain, heartache, physical. It's emotional or physical. And we know what it is. And none of us really care to have it permanently. And the pain is a teacher. And it teaches us. And every single thing, and this is up to each of us, even though we're all one. It's just like the collective consciousness. Not all of us are awake in the collective consciousness. Some of the bulbs, the light bulbs, haven't been turned on. And it's when we discover, first, ourselves. That's where it starts, ourselves. You know this, that how are you going to assist or help others when you haven't assisted or helped yourself? This is where confusion comes in. And guilt, shame. We should be helping this person. I should be helping this person. Unless you are good, you are balanced, you love yourself, you have surrendered, and you accept and not judge yourself, you're kind, gentle, and generous with yourself, and humble. And you love every aspect, even the rough edges of yourself, all of you. Then the power that you are is astronomically so much more than when you're fractured and go out there and trying to help people, help others. It says, well, you help others, help yourself. That's not untrue. But doesn't it make sense that you're good with you? Isn't that important? And this is where we've been misled, where, you get all this stuff thrown on you. Well, you're selfish, and you're this, and you're that. And, of course, we allow it to affect us. But when you are centered with yourself and you know who and what you are, then all that external chatter won't even have one bit, tiny element of effect on you. This is how, on this planet, in this now, in this liberation, as we continually, as a people, as a civilization, this means eliminating external influence. External influence on what color of a suit you have on. External influence on religion. External influence on money. External influence across the board. And then we come together as we are one anyway. This is what's so ironic. As we come together consciously as a people, as a civilization, we understand that together, even though we are together as one, isn't this interesting? But we don't identify that because we're too externalized. Not a bad thing, it's just what we've been goaded into being. But as one in deep peace, what this civilization will accomplish is astronomical. Where this civilization will go is astronomical. The things that this civilization will accomplish, astronomical. And we're just on, we just entered the primer. And the primer is this civilization and this planet. And the primer is the puzzle piece that makes it all move into form, energy into form, create into reality, a civilization in deep eternal peace as one, together, working together. And that's where we acknowledge within us who and what we are, how we're connected. How are we connected to each other? Are we connected in these bodies? Are we connected? How? Our souls are one. We make up the one. You literally could say you're the one without the ego. Well, we all know that collectively, whenever we do anything in this physical format, the more of us together, the impact is profound. Isn't that interesting? We as a species, as a civilization, are constantly being torn from each other, picked apart from each other, constantly goaded, tricked, manipulated into separatism, and believing it. So guess what? You believe it, you create it. If you believe that this planet is never going to change, for you, it won't. Okay? And then when things start shifting, then your fear from externality in your ego mind kicks in, and then the rest is history. It just builds from there. Remember that your belief is super powerful, because every single one of your beliefs are pushed out into the world, into this world. And the energy is moved into form, and then it's created. And when we understand that molding this all-intelligent, creative energy that surrounds all of us and is reflected back to us, and our personal belief systems create a certain filter, giving this life a specific texture, shade, and continuity to color how we see everything in our world, as well as the end of the day experience of who we are. So we process, perceive, in accepting and honoring and releasing each belief that we hold about ourselves to be true and not so true. Now, if you stop and think just briefly, what beliefs you have about you? You might start wondering, where did this belief about myself come from? How does it happen that we start defining who we are and who we are not? Why do we believe these thoughts about ourselves, even if they are not serving us and instead enslaving us? And these are questions that I know a lot of us ask ourselves. And it's like you're in a room and you have this big sectional, and all of that is assembled. All of these, you sit and you have all of these images of you. And it's all a mystery. And they're all wrapped up. And so what you do is you unwrap the infinite mystery, and the answers are not as important as to what the question awakens within your consciousness. That's our core source of consciousness. It's the final goal of this journey. It isn't a one-time shot. It is a continual and eternal falling and rising into the ecstasy of your being. Now understand that our souls, they're here. It's always here. Our soul's always here, awaiting for each of us to accept its presence at the core of every single one of us. It is ready to receive you, love you, serve you, create the most miraculous manifestations for you. But we seem to have this difficulty with trust in ourselves, in confidence through the heart, mind in ourselves, by simply surrendering to our core experience of ourselves. Even for 5 long, deep breaths can be enough to tap into it. And this soul touching is what we're doing. We're touching our soul's experience. It allows all your best traits and love to shine forth upon the lives of every single one around all of us all day long. And as Ramana Maharishi put it, the normal self, whatever normal is the mind. The mind is with limitations. We've all figured that one out. But pure consciousness is beyond limitations and is reached by investigation into the I. Into the I. So if you will, go a place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I am sure that we all are. And the first thing that we care to do, which should be always the first thing we care to do, is relax our bodies. If your body is not relaxed, you are not going to go into meditation, no matter how much you want to trick yourself into believing it. You relax the body, head to toe, inside and out. You're the only one that can do that. You know, drugs are temporary. All that stuff, that external garbage. You're the power. You can communicate with your body. And you begin to release whatever it is you're carrying. Now, you could be carrying something for 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years. All that time, dragging it through your life. Every now and then it bubbles up. Why? Why would you carry that? If it doesn't serve you the greater good or the greatest good, surrender it. Let it go. Now, if you have a hard time letting go of it, face it. Give it a full body hug. Love it. And release it. You'll find how miraculous that works. Anything that you're afraid of, turn, embrace it, give it a full body hug, love it, and release it. Most of us won't do that because of our fear. We keep running the other way or ignoring what it is that's still there. Still there. You know, we're not looking at it. It's still there, though, isn't it? And sometimes it'll go away, and other times it'll resurface. Day after day, year after year, we carry it with us. You surrender it. Watch what your body does when you drop this unnecessary baggage that you've been dragging with you. It doesn't matter if it's been for 24 hours, 10 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour, 100 years, doesn't matter. So once you surrender it, the body just kind of goes, it just melts into that just phenomenal easy chair that's so comfortable that you melt away into the soul. It's so fantabulous. And head to toe, you can feel it. You can feel everything fall off. Tension, stress, fear, anxiety, worry, anger, hatred, whatever it may be. And you'll feel it. And you'll know when your body, you're sitting down, you are completely free and relaxed. Your eyes are closed. You're going from the heart-mind. And you move easily into the now. And the now is the space between heartbeats, moment to moment. So that's what it is. It allows us to leave the mind alone and the ego and the subconscious. It allows us to leave them alone. We step outside. You watch them. You don't judge them. They can be some of your best allies, but they're horrible masters, and we all know it. Horrible masters. Great servants, but no masters. You, each of us, make a wonderful master. And I'm not talking about slavery. I'm talking about mastership. To be able to master yourself. And at peace. Because the peace is you. It's not out there. It's in here, in you. That's why we get to the point where we always are within. Never out there, always in here. Now, we all, none of us are exempt. We all reminisce, we have memories, and we visit them. Embrace them. Oh, I remember when, this and that. But we don't stay there. We don't linger in this elephant graveyard of past. You know, go on the internet, look up a picture of an elephant graveyard. You'll know what I mean. We don't stay there. But some of us do. Too long. Reminisce too often, too long. And so what happens is that we take that past, we bring it into a future that doesn't exist, we create that future from that past, and we relive that past in that future. This is why so many people, so many of us on this planet, will be asking ourselves, why is it no matter where I go or what I do, for some reason it feels like I always end up in the same place? That's why. Now there's others, we all do the same thing. You know, we'll go into a future that hasn't even been created yet. And so we go into this future and we're wondering what if and when and how and can this be? And when am I going to have this or have that? And when is this going to happen? You see what happens to us between the past and the future? And all along, the now is there. Our total peace, our total confidence, stilling of the mind and the ego and the subconscious mind. Learning to master our journey, ourselves. how do we stay in the now? We've got over 60,000 thoughts coming in 24/7. Most of them aren't ours. It's what we've listened to while we're growing. These bodies are growing, and who we've heard, and whoever it was that's thoughts that injected. Because when we come into these babies' bodies, we're just a sponge. So we take in everything and we store it in our subconscious mind, which is our personal library. And all the bad crap is stored there too. And we have a tendency to absorb the bad crap and store it in our library, which is the subconscious mind. Now, how do we stay in the now? Our breath. Whenever, as long as you're consciously aware, whenever you start wandering off into other thoughts, focus on your breath. And I'll guarantee you, 1,000% of the time, you'll be in the now. And if you have to do it 100 times a day to be in the now, then do it 100 times a day. It's not a bad thing. I'll guarantee you, I don't think there's any of us that can do it once and stay in the now forever. We're pulled away, and we know that, and so it's a learning process, and we begin to master it more and more, and it kicks in almost automatically after a while. And look at your breath. More than just a breath, it is divine positive energy. It sustains the vessel that houses the kingdom of God. It focuses you, relaxes you, energizes you, eases you. It does a lot. It keeps you in the now. And picture yourself in that easy chair and how wonderful it feels inside and out. And you see your body, and you're watching, and you see these just absolute, wonderful, 7 shivering wheels of light going right up through the center of your body. The colors are nothing like you see here on this planet. They're so vibrant and expansive, and the depth. And all different colors, 7 of them. And they're just right up through the center to the top of the head. Each one's a different color. Each one is a flower. Each one's a different flower. And each one has a different geometrical shape inside the center of that flower. What are these that people talk about? I don't see them. I see them now as I'm outside looking in. They are energy vortexes. They sustain themselves inside your body on an etheric level, which means a spiritual level, spirit, etheric, essence. And they're located in the spiritual plane, and they connect us. So spiritual, physical, spiritual. And these energy vortexes, known as chakras, they're connected to all of our emotions, each sector, each division of each one. All of our emotions in this life, all of our biologicals in this life, they're all connected, every one of them. They're a roadmap they give us, and they're colored to give us sections of our bodies, emotionality, where we're at in our spiritual journey, how we're doing. It's all there. So you watch and you see it. You see an energy. It's flowing through the center of your body, and it's a spring. It's like a fountain of pure energy, and it comes up and out the top of the head, comes back down up through the tip of the spine and back up again. It's a constant flow, and it's a shimmering kind of energy. And this is your God Force Love Light energy. It is your pure consciousness, the God source of which you are. Now, you take your divine positive energy, your breath, and you join it with the God Force Love Light energy. And as you do this, you watch it as you move it up through your body. And as you do that, you see the red wheel of light. This is your root chakra, your Muladhara. And this deals with survival, and it is blocked by fear. You cannot survive if you are in fear. If you are constantly in fear, you're not going to survive. And then we move to the orange wheel of light. And remember, you're watching this with ease. Your body's completely in that easy chair. You're totally relaxed. And this orange wheel of light is the Sacral Chakra. This is the Vadhisthana. And this deals with our pleasure, and it is blocked by guilt. The ego mind plays an important influence here, which we discover that it does not need to be there. We move to the golden yellow wheel of light. This is solar plexus chakra, the Manipura. This deals with our will power, and it is blocked by shame. And then we move to the emerald green wheel of light. This is the heart chakra, the Anahata. This deals with love, relationships, self-acceptance. And it is blocked by grief. Then we move to the blue wheel of light. This is the throat chakra, the Vishuddha. This is our communication. It's our expression. Deals with truth, blocked by lies. Then we move to the indigo wheel of light. This is the third eye chakra, the Ajna. And this deals with our insight and blocked by illusion. It's just like we by illusion, we believe we're separate. That's the illusion. We're not. Then we move to the violet wheel of light, the crown chakra, the Sahasrara. This is our connection to the divine, source creator, cosmic energy. It is blocked by ego attachment. We're consciously watching and aware. We're learning all the time. And so these two frequencies, these energies, we bring them to the top of our head, to the crown chakra. And we hold them for roughly 3 seconds. We are light, we are love, and we are God. And we condense and compress these energies into pure liquid energy, omnipotently powerful, and we release it over our pineal glands. Now, none of us have fully functioning pineal glands. It's an important organ in our bodies while we're in them. It connects us to all the particles of existence. That means the astral plane, the spiritual plane, all the realms, all the dimensions, all the frequencies, of which we are part of. And when you become consciously aware of this, you can travel them. This allows us to be consciously aware that we're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. When you take this liquid energy and you view your pineal gland through your heart, mind, motion picture, however you see it, I see it as a green ball, a rosebud. And when I release this pure liquid energy over it, it instantaneously transforms into a beautiful, fully blossomed rose, massive with multicolored petals, a wonderful fragrance, and it sends out these shimmering waves, and the waves, when they penetrate me, it's just an amazing, deep, eternal peace. It's absolutely phenomenal. And then I begin to realize that the peace is within me. It's not coming from outside of me. These bodies that we're in, our heart minds, our ego minds, our subconscious minds, our spirit, our soul, our higher self, the God, the pure consciousness, all one. We are heaven on this earth. Literally, heaven. The soul within your body is the heaven on the earth. It's divine perfection. There is nothing more perfect, more divine than your soul. Nothing. And each time you take a step in that body, on this planet, you're creating paradise. And you're shining your light, your soul light, God light energy, your love, all over, flooding all of your brothers and sisters, head to toe, inside and out, whether they're asleep or awake. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe, you're flooding your love, the light that you are, everywhere. All of us are. And it's advancing, and it's expanding as more and more understand this of who and what they are, without judgment. So you have a planet in full liberation, a God planet, and it's glowing. Can you see how any dark, lower survival matter frequency can even sustain in an increasing vibrational frequency such as this? Cannot. See that in your heart, mind's motion picture. Visit it often. Now, we're part of the collective consciousness. Everything and everything, nothing and nothing. All that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond and forever, and all that there is. All existence and beyond. So we communicate with all those who are consciously aware. So we have archangels, cherubim, seraphim archetypes. We've got descended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. Many, many, many more. Now, the archangels are a civilization that vibrate at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. But they're there, and we meet with them in this life. It's interesting because when we're in the interaction, it doesn't dawn on us till afterwards. It just comes over us through the heart. And it says, that was an angel. And I understand the message. It's delivered in many different ways. But the message always comes out to be this. Isn't it absolutely fantastic, magna glorious, spectacular to be alive in these bodies? That's the message. Enjoy the life. Don't fight the life. Don't fight the current. Flow. Let the current take you. That's your confidence through the heart mind. And the universe always has your back. Always will have your back. And it's for you to choose and surrender to this. And then watch what happens. Feel what happens. Now these angels, they can surround us in the thousands at any one time because their vibrational frequency allows them to hold a large number in a small area. Ascended masters, they have mastered ascension into physical form, out of physical form, hold pure consciousness, God form. We have ascended into physical form, are mastering physical form, and along the way, maybe, we discover that we are the light. So that we know when we leave these bodies, we are completely free to go wherever we choose. We don't follow a tunnel of light, we are the light. So, we call upon all of the light energy, all of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, beneath earth, Agartha. And all these civilizations, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of this circle of light, and the absolute, complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the light energy beings that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation of forming the circle of light. They come in the Googleplexes. One Googleplex fills this entire universe. They come in trillions of Googleplexes from trillions of universes. And they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials, yet only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through this solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes travel every day. And they're in uncountable numbers, all part of the collective consciousness. And the ones that we're kind of familiar with, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Zeta Reticuli, Feline, Nords, Greys, Reptilians, Draco, Golden Pyramid, Avion, many, many, many more. Now they've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in uncountable numbers, they are with us now consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation of forming the circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now consciously. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, in this liberation. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. Of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. Can be with us in this now, in this meditation form of the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. Now, they come in the trillions, shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, which we've never seen before. But yet we are aware of some. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And in the trillions, they are with us now consciously. We're all gathered arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, in non-judgment, non-negativity, non-ego, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one, and we're all God, and we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We immediately form a massive circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation and this liberation. This light is our soul light. It is source creator. It is the God force, love, light, energy, of which all of us are made from and of. Total divine perfection. This light is so bright that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take over 1,000 billion suns in this solar system alone to come close to its radiance. And we're flooding this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, right now with this light, with our love. All of our brothers and sisters, head to toe, inside now. All those suffering, all those with broken bodies. Flooding them, lifting them. And on their own, they're awakening. See it through your heart, mind's motion picture. Feel it through your heart. This is eternal. It is always. And we're consciously aware. This is the true liberation of this planet into higher frequencies and dimensions. This is where we're going. And we're not looking back. So we start to ascend above this planet. As we do, we're met with a massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. Little tiny etched mirrors, as we see, reflecting all of us gathered in this meditation. Brilliant colors of light, sparking and reflecting and flashing. And they are reflections of all of us gathered here. All of us are students, and all of us are teachers, whether consciously or unconsciously. It's part of our journey. It's endless. It is absolutely joyous. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet blue flaming purple light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that reminds each and every one of us of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This is the column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that from head to toe, inside and out, eternally, always, We are imbued with a white fire armor that is directly emitted from our soul, love, light, energy deep within the core of this body. It is the God source. So no entity, no demons, no attachments, nothing can harm us, come near us, ever, ever. But only you have the power that, whether consciously or unconsciously, you decide to lower your vibrational frequencies low enough through hatred, anger, deceit, deception, manipulation, worry, stress, fear, envy. You will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're met with the purple transmuting flame. This is the column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, and we can send them to pure consciousness where they are completely gone permanently. We are then met with the violet ray. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony and frequency of deep eternal love and gratitude. We're then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that reminds us all that we are the sun, the sunlight, the sunsets, the sunrises. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the sky, the clouds. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the animals. We're the snowfall. We're the trees in the forest. We are everything. So the next time you view a sunset or a sunrise or anything on this planet, above it, below it, in it, and you're in awe of the beauty, you're in awe of you. We continue to ascend above this planet. Some of us step outside our physical form, if we're carrying physical form, and hover effortlessly above it. We come into full view of this massive crystalline light tower. We all created it. It's larger than the solar system. And in the center of the column, we see this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is this massive golden white ball of light, and it's sending out these shimmering waves of mist that's literally saturating, penetrating all of us. This is deep eternal love. And the rings surrounding it, the vibrant colors, they're sending out waves of this sparkling mist. Gratitude, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, well-being, wealth, prosperity, abundance, benevolence, endlessly, eternally, always. And these are all reflections of us. The top we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down. 360 degrees, as it continually does eternally, saturating and flooding all of our brothers and sisters' whole life, the highest supreme value in the universe, on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia Arya. This is pure, deep, eternal love. We are all drops of this golden ocean. We contain the essence of this golden ocean. The ocean is the drops, and the drops are the ocean, and the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere at set center circle. We created this sphere. Over 3 years ago, it holds almost 1,300 of our meditations, all in perpetual motion. They aren't waning, dissipating, they're increasing, they're intensifying, they're expanding, and they're flooding us all, head to toe, inside and out, eternally, always. See that in your heart, mind's motion picture. Feel it in your heart. And there's no way that this planet and this civilization is not being lifted through its own intent and higher vibrational frequencies of deep eternal love and gratitude. See that as often as you choose throughout the day. As often, every day. This is why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. Feel that energy of which you are. When you let go of who you are, when I let go of who I am, I become what I might be. The God, the love, the gratitude. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easy and slowly. Love is infinitely patient and intentionally kind. It is the deep, sweet nectar found inside your very soul. Love is the softness that opens your heart and quiets your mind. It accepts every aspect of who you are and who you are not. Love knows you, believes in you, and clearly sees exactly where you are in your life, with no limitations. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. We will be here tonight at 9 p.m. for the TFCC, and we will return here tomorrow, March 4th, Thursday, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.